Paul Casanova.
Yeah, hi, Coach. Looked like your offense was rolling pretty good tonight. Shot about 54% from three, but you gave up 68 points in the paint tonight. Can you talk about your defense a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a very free-flowing game. The pace was very quick, and obviously our defense will have to be better on Tuesday. But we had good energy. The game, like I said, was played at a very high pace, and when that happens, things open up more. And then also, obviously, we had playing groups out there that we wouldn't normally have, so that was part of it too.
Philip Rossman-Reich, Orlando Magic Daily.
I know you said before the game, Coach, that this would feel like a preseason game, but how important was it just to see the ball go in the basket and have that, positive feeling of a win heading into the season?
Yeah, no question. It's always better to win. It's obviously it's why you play. It's why you compete. And I thought that, again, except for, the other day against Brooklyn, we've played hard here, and our guys have hung in there. And I feel like we're in a good place right now. So we have 4 days to get ready for game one, and I think our guys will be ready.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Cliff, obviously with the hiatus and everything, one of the longer regular seasons in NBA history. As you look back on your season before you start the playoffs, how would you assess it and how your team dealt with all the adversity that it had this season?
I think they've done a really good job. If you go back to what I think anybody's vision of our team would have been, J.I. would have been a big part of it. Farouk would have been a big part of it. We lost two really good players for the majority of the year. We played, I think, 11 games without Vooch, games without AG. We've had, tough luck down here. And yet we kept getting better, and we played our best basketball, the last probably 12 to 15 games before play stoppage. So we were in a good place then. We had the second easiest schedule coming up for the remainder of the season. We didn't get to play that. And even down here, I mean, our guys did a good job of working at Amway to be ready for this. I thought the first two games we were good. And then, look, it's hard to play without that many guys. We've basically played the last, say, 4.5 games without four of the top 8 guys when we started. So the guys have handled it well, and like I said, we have 4 days to get ready, and I think our guys will be ready for the playoffs.
Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Steve, your team will be considered the underdog in this upcoming series, whatever that's worth. Do you think, knowing your players like you do you think that will put a chip on their shoulder or serve as kind of an additional motivating factor for them in the series ahead?
I would think so. I mean, look, our guys, obviously it's 1-8. I mean, they're championship level team. And our guys know we'll have to play well, but I also know this, our guys are smart. They're good with game plans, and that's a big part of the playoffs too. So there are things that we're going to have to do. We're going to have to get very good playing contributions from everyone. But, what I see with the way that we've practiced the last couple of days and the feel in the locker room, I think that the guys are up for that.
Jamie Say, WKMG.
Steve, starting the playoffs on Tuesday instead of Monday, how beneficial is it for your group to get that extra day, and how do you plot the next 4 days before the series starts?
It's a big advantage for us in terms of, it gives each of those 4 guys an extra day to, rehab and start to get their rhythm back. So tomorrow, all we're going to do is watch film. They'll get their playoff books. We've done part of the game plan anyway. We're going to actually have a special Zoom call guest speaker with the group, and that'll be it. And then we'll practice Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Steve, first of all, can you disclose who the guest speaker will be? And second, more importantly, what are the latest reports you're getting on how Michael is recovering from the tendon strain?
Yeah, I mean, he's day to day, and you know, he's still in the boot. Um, he's had days when he's been able to get on the court and do some spot shooting, but that's about it. And you know, that's it. I mean, it's just day to day. In terms of the speaker, I'm gonna not share that with anybody yet.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Cliff, I know it's probably been difficult for guys to get in routine in terms of, early practices, late practices, day games, night games. Is there any benefit that, 3 of the first 4 playoff games will kind of be in the afternoon and give your guys a chance to get into a little bit of a routine there?
It just depends on, we haven't gotten our practice schedule yet. We have plenty of time to practice. It's just, which is fair. You're not going to be able to say we're going to practice at this time every day. The players are different anyway. So I would say that, when you're on the road in the playoffs, you don't get a routine, and it'll be difficult to get into a real routine like we do at home.
Okay, last question. Philip Rossman Reich, Orlando Magic Daily.
You mentioned like all the hardships the team went through this year with the injuries as you kind of progressed and how you overcame that. How much did kind of the institutional knowledge, I know every team is different, but how much did the kind of institutional knowledge of having been to the playoffs last year help this group kind of get back to that spot this year and help them prepare for what's coming up next?
I think I agree with you. I think it was an advantage. And I think also the fact that, last year how we played our way in. So when we had struggles, which we did obviously at certain parts of the season, I think that they could, think back about a year ago when, whatever we finished 22-9 or 23-9 or whatever it was. And so these guys have a good understanding that you have to play the game, handle disappointment, handle success, and have a mentality of fixing it and playing better the next game. And that's why we made such good progress last year. And I believe we were in a similar spot this year. We had gone 8-4, won 3 out of 4 in the road. And again, we would have had the second easiest schedule remaining in the NBA, 10 at home, 7 on the road. And we were playing our best basketball. So I think they understand that, and the experience of what we went through a year ago is definitely a factor in that.
Thank you so much, Cliff.